Today we'll discuss about the blood. So blood is a body fluid in humans and other animals. It's a body fluid in humans and other animals that delivers necessary substances such as nutrients and oxygen to the cells. It delivers nutrients and oxygen to the cells and transport the waste products from away from those same cells. This is a blood. This is blood. So blood. What is blood? The blood total blood volume makes up about 6 to 8% of our body's weight. If so, our body weight 6 to 8% is blood. So according to one a 70 kilogram person will have 5 to 6 kilogram of blood. 5 to 6 kilogram of blood will be of a 70 kilogram persons. Circulating blood volume will be lesser than total blood volume because same amount of blood will be deposited in organs like liver. Blood composition. The blood is composed by liquid plasma, which is 55 to 60%, and the blood cells or formed elements, which is 40 to 45%. The blood cells are erythrocytes, leukocytes, and thrombocytes. Erythrocytes or red blood cells, leukocytes or white blood cells, and the thrombocytes or platelets. Erythrocyte. Now we'll discuss about erythrocyte or RBC, red blood cells, which is slide view 2.5 micrometer and 7.5 micrometer. It's by from the top view it is 7.5 micrometer and slide view it is 2.5 micrometer. The erythrocytes or the RBC, it's a biconcave disc enucleate, essentially no organelles. It's filled with hemoglobin or Hb. Hemoglobin, a protein that functions in gas transport. In gas transport, hemoglobin functions. It functions in gas transport. So, and you know, the erythrocyte or the RBC's main function is to transport gas, oxygen, from to the cells, and carbon dioxide from the cells. It's contain the plasma membrane protein, spectrin, and other proteins that give erythrocytes their flexibility, allow them to change shape as necessary. The functions of erythrocyte or RBCs, the main function is to transport respiratory gas. Main function is to transport the respiratory gas, which is oxygen and carbon dioxide. Hemoglobin reversibly binds with oxygen, and most oxygen in the blood is bound to hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is composed of the protein globin, made up of the two alpha and two beta chains, each bound to the heme groups. Each heme groups bears an atom of iron. So the iron is the heme and the globin is the protein. So, and oxygen molecule which can bind to one oxygen molecule. Each hemoglobin molecule can transport 4 molecules of oxygen. Now we'll discuss about white blood cells. White blood cells often have irregularly shaped nuclei. 65% of the white blood cells are granular leukocytes, and they have granules in their cytoplasm. They are formed in the bone marrow. 35% have no granules and are agranular. They are formed in the lymph nodes, spleen, tonsils, and thymus. So granular leukocyte and agranular leukocytes. Here is the white blood cells. You can see the white blood cells here. There is two types of white blood cells. They are granulocytes and agranulocytes. The granulocyte is neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil, and the granulocyte is monocyte and lymphocytes. Granulocyte, monocyte and lymphocyte. Monocyte is 3 to 8%. It is a U-shaped nucleus. Monocyte U-shaped nucleus is U-shaped. Here you can see the U-shaped nucleus. And monocytes are capable of leaving the bloodstream, where they become phagocytic macrophages. Monocyte, but now lymphocyte. So here you can see the lymphocyte. It is 22 to 45% is lymphocyte, and the large nucleus with a small amount of cytoplasm. It's a large nucleus. Nucleus is large and a small amount of cytoplasm. Lymphocytes is two types. Number one, B cells and T cells. B cells important in humoral immunity. They become plasma cells which produce antibodies, and T cells are important in cell mediated immunity. Now the granulocyte is three type: monocyte, lymphocyte, and granulocyte is neutrophil, eosinophil, and basophil. So first, basophils, it's less than 1%, and dark blue granules obscure the nucleus. Heparin and histamine, and associated with immediate immune response, asthma and hay fever, and anaphylaxis. Here you can see the granulocyte, lymphocyte, granulocyte, basophil. Here eosinophils 2 to 4%, 2 to 3 lobes, and it has 2 to 3 lobes, and it's red organ granules associated with allergic reactions and parasitic infections. Now the granulocytes is neutrophils. It's polymorphonuclear lymphocytes, PMNs. Polymorphonuclear lymphocytes. It's 50 to 70%. It has 2 to 5 lobes and phagocytic engulf bacteria. You can see the granulocyte here. In the middle you can see here the platelets. These are platelets, and this is red blood cells, platelets, and the white blood cells. These are platelets. What does platelets do? What do platelets do? Actually, platelets are the fragment of cells. The job of platelet is to help blood clot and form a scab. The platelets are involved in the formation of fibrin, which is needed for clotting blood. This is useful for stopping bleeding and for preventing germs from entering the body through the gut. The main function is platelets is in blood clotting. Thank you, and please subscribe my channel. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel, and thank you.